Good morning. Welcome to another edition of ZenBiz Solutions Internet Marketing. We are your Internet Marketing Specialists. I'm Justin Ebright, President, CEO, co-founder of ZenBiz Solutions, and I'm here today with one of our biggest and best and most professional clients that we have on record. I'm here with D&S Masonry. This is the president, co-founder, or you're not a co-founder, I'm a co-founder. Right. He's the founder and the president.
Right. Thanks.
Of D&S Masonry. These guys do absolutely impeccable work.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
Absolutely. We only represent one business category per location. And just to give you an idea, D&S is our only masonry account that we have here at ZBS. And what we're doing today is we're focusing on video marketing. And what we want to show you is we want to show you an end product to a project that actually started earlier this season, which you're going to see, and you're going to watch it through the video. But Sean's going to kind of tell you about what you're going to see today and the transformation and the things that kind of went through his team, his head, and across his plate through the entire season, and what kind of professionalism that they bring to the table. And in turn, we're going to show you why D&S Masonry is the masonry company that you need to go with when you're thinking about masonry needs.
Yes,
Sean,
thank you, Justin.
Yeah,
this particular project has been going on for me literally for at least 3 years. Because what had happened is the customer found us on Angelus, which we're grateful for. And it took them a couple years to decide on what they were going to do and who they were going to go with, and we're blessed that they went with the best, because working with them was a great experience for me and them as well. And what we did is we took their house that's been around, I want to say this was probably a 1970 approximately home built, and it was built with one of the worst bricks ever produced. And what they refer to that as a sandline brick, that it's just, it fails every time. It's nothing but job security for our company. And the customer decided to rip off all the masonry and totally revamp the entire project. So what we did is we removed every single brick, every single unit, and we put a veneer stone on the chimneys to hide the look. And everything we do here is guaranteed for a lifetime because it's done right. We have over 100 years experience in my company. I've been a mason for 28 years. My main men have been with me for 20 years. So it's just a phenomenal experience for me for what I've been through in running the business.
We're going to head with Sean. We're going to walk around the house, and Sean's going to show us little details that you, as a layman, probably not going to pick out, because I certainly did it when we did it earlier. So I'm going to let Sean take the reins once you guys come on with us.
Hi, my name is Sean Harrington. I'm the president of D&S Masonry, and I'm here to show you a couple of stats about what we do professionally, what we excel in, above the world, above the rest of the company. What we have here is veneer on a home that was built in 1966. It was made with a brick, early 60s the brick was developed, and it's what they refer to as a sandline brick. And the problem with it is it was a bad designed brick, because with the materials it makes, it's nothing but deteriorates. Over the course of time, this is going to deteriorate into absolutely nothing. So what we decided to do with this home is rip off the entire face of all the brick. We're going to put new veneer on it. So what we chose to do is to match the house, the specs of the house the way it was originally. We went with a match that is real similar to what they had before, okay? As you see, these brick are almost brittle enough where I can rub it apart. I mean, that's what you call a sand line, because I can rub these bricks into nothing. If you look really tight, you can see the sand. If anything, the most structural part about this whole job is actually the mortar. And it's crazy enough, the brick are the weakest. That's how weak that is. And it's very dangerous. And this is a beautiful home of a friend of ours in Rochester Hills. A few things that are key to when we're doing veneer on masonry homes. You got to make sure above grade, the first course above grade, put in what they call lead holes. There's flashing. If we tuck behind the tie back, if you look right here, you see that there's a rubber membrane flashing. This is a rubber membrane flashing. Then we go over with a vapor barrier Tyvek. The flashing goes down into outside the brick. Okay, so this is where the moisture, if any moisture gets behind this wall, nothing's ever going to build up behind this wall and cause us any problems ever again. All the moisture will penetrate through our pea gravel and out our weak vent holes. Okay, that's how we get rid of the moisture. These here are wall ties. We install these every 16 inches. These hold the wall from falling over, but the way we build them, they're not going anywhere ever. Unlike most companies, we put a lifetime guarantee on everything we do because we know it's done right. Whatever's done right lasts forever, and we take a lot of pride in it because we've been doing it. I've been a mason for 28 years, I'm sorry. With my company here, all together we are more than 125 years experience. You know, so we've got it down, and we stay educated every year. Go to schools in the wintertime to educate our company further and further. Part of a lot of the demo that's begun, we do it pretty fast. We look at this job, and this is about, for us to do exactly what we're doing here, is about a 2.5 to 3 week project. Okay. We start the demo. Manpower, bobcat machines, dumpsters, load them up, and then from there we begin. I told you what the layout of the beginning of the first course looks like, and then we come over here. We got some finished product. We put a new address zone in their home. It's still dirty. When we get this all cleaned up and it's all done, it's going to be a beautiful, just an amazing transformation. The top of wall, we top out our coursing with what we call a soldier course. Mikey's one of our excellent masons. He's been a mason for us for about over 20 years. He's learned a lot over the course of that time. And this is, I mean, realistically, when you look at with the new brick to the existing brick, it's a pretty close match. Okay, this is something that's, I mean, the chimney is going to maintain the old brick because rather than spending money and tearing all that down and redoing the entire fireplace, what we're going to do is we're going to redo the top. We're going to put a 3-inch concrete cap on it, 4 inches thick, and then when we veneer stone up to it, it's going to look like a natural fireplace, natural chimney, natural stone, and that's what it's going to look like. Let me show you a sample of what the stone's going to look like. This is similar to the pattern of the stone that we're going to use. Now when it gets up there onto the wall, it's going to be just an amazing transformation from what it looks like now to what it's going to look like when we get done. It's going to be simply amazing. This is the chimney that was originally constructed back in '66. This is what it looks like. This is what we refer to as a mortar wash. It's been outdated to the people like us that are professionally educated about how to do chimney caps properly. This is the way 99% of the companies out there do it, which is wrong. As you see, this is original this is going back to '66. This has been a coating they put on top to patch it eventually over time, who knows when. Whatever the case, if you look down here, all this bad deterioration on this brick, that's the bad sandline brick, but at the same time 99% of that damage right there is because of moisture that got into this cap. No, okay? Problem number 2, codes today, chimney caps, solid masonry, our code is this. This is in the very middle of a peak of a roof, okay? That means everything within a peak, we have to be 3 feet above this. This is a problem for draft reasons. We can get smoked out in the house because of the fact that it's not tall enough. So in reality, this chimney here is going to actually have to go up an extra 1.5 feet, another 1.5 feet higher before it's actually ready to form and pour. We'll get rid of this all these outs, and we're going to build it like this, what we did over here. I'm going to show you this example now. Dave, come up here, sir, please. Okay, now this is a couple of my expert masons. I've been working with Dave for over 20 years, and Sean is a dear mason friend of mine. We've been together for at least 15. We've been working together forever and ever. They're great masons, and they're part of the A-team. I mean, these guys, when it comes to these things, when I put them on it, nothing ever has to change. Dave is actually my superintendent in the field. He oversees everything in the field. Sean's another foreman, takes care of business with the best of them. So that's how we operate. And this is their masterpiece of the way they built their form. It's when I inspect their work, I never have to worry about it. I know it's right. I never have to worry about it. Chimney once looked like the one that's over there. You want to take a shot of that for me, sir? Okay. Now that chimney looked just like this. Okay. What we did, we converted it to get the proper height above. Now this isn't directly at the peak, so the rule is this: anything within 10 feet has to be 2 feet above it. So therefore, we don't have to follow the 3 feet above peak rule. This is the 2 feet above 10. Now, this is ready to have the wire mesh, Hilti shot on, scratch coat, and stone veneer. It's going to be amazing. Now, how the concrete caps are supposed to look rather than a mortar wash. Okay, in this particular situation, we use 2x4 forms, okay, 2x4 1x forms. If you look right here, this is where the actual chimney is. We're going to pour the concrete. It's going to be 3 inches wider. That way when we butt our stone up to it, the stone's actually going to show up about right there. So when you look up, it's going to have a beautiful concrete cap, reveal around it, and it's going to look like a natural fireplace, natural stone. It's going to be amazing. Okay, this here is what we call a compressible filler membrane. Okay, this is what this is. This is rated at 3,200 degrees. So any kind of temperature up here at 3,200 degrees, it's not going to penetrate it because of this. And the reason why we put this here is because in Michigan, with this change of seasons, the contraction and expansion of the concrete and clay flue liners, without that, a lot of these tend to crack. Okay, so right now what we got here, rated 3,200 degrees, we have a rubber membrane flashing under it, which means anything, if the concrete cracks like a lot of it does in our state unfortunately, and any moisture penetrates this chimney, it never will penetrate the chimney and affect it again. Never ever again, and we guarantee that like nobody does, because we know it done right, it's going to last forever. So we put our name on it that way, and there's not going to be another company out there, period, that's going to give you a lifetime guarantee on the work they do, like we will. Okay. So in other words, rubber membrane flashing, we have it self-adherent sticks, then we have the compressible filler membrane, which is rated at 3,200 degrees. We've poured concrete cap to here, which you'll see at the very end of the job. Okay, we're going to stone veneer all this brickwork up to the cap, and then very last, we're gonna silicone our compressible filler at the top with true tempo 644. Excuse me. This is rated at 600 degrees intermittently and up to 500 continuously. So if this were a boiler in the wintertime where it's continuously hot, it would rate up to 500 degrees continuously. It's never going to get that hot, but we'd rather be safe than sorry. So.